Before we get into the draft, let's talk about the one thing that actually it kind of irks me a little bit that the fans. I listen. I get it. The Makai Lemon debacle.
Yeah.
But I want your thoughts on this, and I want everybody, post some comments about this too, because here's what I don't like. But I understand the comment, but I don't understand why fans keep rehashing it. Outside of Pittsburgh fans, people who hate Pittsburgh, I get it. That they saying this was an embarrassment. That the fact I tip my hat to Philly for doing it, going in, and just it's well played. Sometimes you win. Sometimes you lose. We were sitting here talking to multiple people how the Steelers fleeced Chicago for Claypool to Porter. Now, unfortunately, we didn't get fleeced, but we got bamboozled, if you will, with that. So, right. GB, what did you think about that? The Eagles coming in there at the last second and swiping.
Initial thoughts?
Initial thoughts.
Okay.
One about the move, and two about not getting Lemon.
Yeah. So, initial thoughts. I'll tell you. I'll run you through it because it was it was different at the draft because and being in Iheanachor, you could hear that robotic speech when anything if trades were made or whatever. Okay. So I was really, really dialed in to that. And I saw that Dallas had moved up in front of us. So I was like, okay, word. They're not taking the wide receiver. So we're probably going to take Makai Lemon. And not even 3 minutes later, it said Philly has traded for the 20th pick. And I'm like, shit.
Yeah, as soon as Philly came up, I was like, shit.
They're going to freaking take Lemon. I was like, they're definitely going to take Lemon unless they like Cooper better. They end up taking them. So I was just like, fuck. And I didn't like that pick for a couple reasons. I didn't think it was a good fit for Philly because Lemon? I don't think. Yeah, because I don't know. I think they needed something different.
Okay,
you know what I mean. That's just me because I think they're gonna eventually. AJ Brown's not going to be a part of that.
No, he's going to be a post-June one.
You still got Dante Van Wicks. You got a couple other people, but Devontae Smith. But I felt like, for me and who their quarterback is, I'm like, I don't know. So I didn't think it was a good fit for Makai Lemon's career. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I was not happy about that because I felt like this was an ideal situation with them two freaking. Them two statues out on the outside with Pittman and DK. I thought that was going to be a nice, that was my initial thought. And then they said they were going to take the tackle, and that part I really wasn't upset about. I thought they were going to take Cooper, honestly, right?
You talk about as soon as after Philly took Lemon, you said you were going to go.
Lemon and we took the pick. I actually thought they were going to take Cooper, but they ended up taking. And my initial thoughts was what, But I also watched how the draft unfolded afterwards, and then it made a whole heck of a lot more sense. And then this is the most important part, people. Then I went and checked him out again.
Who's that?
The tackle.
Oh,
I went and looked at his film again, and I went to go look at his feet and stuff, and then I look at his RAS score, and I'm like, wait a minute. And then I started thinking about how our line is set up, and I'm like, okay, this is starting to make sense. So as I started to think critically about it, not using my emotions, not going on Twitter and saying, oh, it's a garbage pick. Oh, this is an embarrassment. Oh, this is the worst pick. What if they had no plan? Fuck all that. All right.
Exactly.
These are professionals at the end of the day. And like my son's trainer said, sick and tired of these regular ass people talking about these athletes like they could do something. You know what would be trash? If you got drafted, that would be trash. That would be, by definition, absolute trash. If some of these cats that I saw, and then it's funny because you see the people out in the crowds, and they little scrawny little dudes, a lot of out of shape guys, And I'm like, oh, that's probably one of them dudes that got one of them burger counts. So then I'm
except
like,
Bird Cave. Except
for Bird Cave, exactly.
Okay,
well, I'm talking about Pickensburg and Jenkinsburg and all them burgs, I mean, not Bird Cave, that's different. So then I'm like, you know what? That's all these people are, man.
I'd be mad if Omar if he drafted me.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying?
My man, I love it.
Thank you. That's what I'm trying to get at. So can we stop with like this emotional? Can we stop with like this emotional like rant? Like just feeling I just see you. Ew! I'm so. Yeah. This is so terrible. Oh, come on, man.
Stop that.
Stop all that shit.
So
grow up.
My thing is with Makai Lemon, obviously.
One last thing. And then I'm gonna digress and have my surf side, right? If that offended you and you didn't like what we just said, get the fuck out of here. The end.
GB, turning wrestling heel on everybody.
I'm feeling great today.
But listen, you're spot on with a lot of that stuff because again, everyone can have their opinion. That's what we love to have, but. Let's get, take some emotion out of this. But here's my thing about the Makai Lemon thing. Obviously, the Steelers were ready to take him. I would be curious if they think, would they have traded back up to try to get Max? You know what I mean? I'm not sure. But here's the deal. I think that for where they were picking and how the board was falling, Makai Lemon was obviously Makai Lemon was their guy.
Yeah.
But Max was plan B. So It wasn't a panic move. They just they were able to pivot to their other need. Now, who knows maybe they would have taken, I don't know if Blake Miller went later with the Lions.
No, I can't
remember where he was taken anyway, but there were some decent tackles, but Max was there.
The guys that were taken real quick, the guys that were taken afterwards are projected guards, not tackles. It was the other guy from Utah.
Yeah.
Right. And there was another, I can't remember who the other guy was, but there was another dude. But both of those dudes are projected as guards. Max was the last one that was actually projected as an actual tackle and as an actual right tackle as well, which is totally okay.
Yeah, 100% okay. 100%. So my thing with Lemon was it wasn't a panic move. I'm just going to tip my cap to Philly. They went and got their guy. Listen, it is what it is. You kind of feel bad about it. Yeah, it wasn't, against the Steelers in their hometown.
Sure.
You kind of feel bad, but you know what? I feel bad for about 5 minutes, and then we're moving on. My thing with the Max thing, too, is, as we said months ago, the Broderick Jones injury is legit. There weren't no setbacks, right? It was like a neck fusion surgery is a real thing. And then Dylan Cook is on the last year of his deal.
Yes.
So, and are you going to re-sign Dylan Cook to left tackle money? No. Now, if he goes out and balls and earns it, and he beats out Max and Fuatanu and things, then he deserves it, and then we got our guy. Yeah. But you can't rest your laurels on that and then go get a receiver. Although I was chanting for Omar Cooper whenever we were on the clock.
Yeah.
But I understand the pick. This is why these guys are getting paid. They said, you know what? No, we know what we have in Dylan Cook. He might be a backup, a career backup, or he's a legit good tackle, but he's not a tackle that you hang a franchise on. He's not a tackle that you protect your quarterback's backside with, and you entrust that. So here's what I liked about him is I knew he was athletic as hell whenever they picked him, because I remember I didn't know much about him, but I knew he was athletic. Listen to this. 6'6", 325, and runs a 4.9. An offensive lineman, you don't need that, but just shows you the athleticism.
That's actually what put him on AJ's radar.
Okay.
AJ actually had him as like one of his top 5 that he thought that the Steelers would pick. He was the 5th one.
No,
he was actually the 5th one. Yeah. Give him a shot. I want to give him
nearly 7-foot wingspan.
Yeah, bro.
And I'm going to tell you this, in GB's rant a little bit ago, he talked about guys that know ball, not like people who are just, they want the receivers to, like the fantasy football reasons, things like that. But Trey Essex himself, after looking at his tape, said that Max has the best feet he has seen in over 10 years.
Easily.
easily the best feet. And you know why I love that pick now? The more I let this digest, we have a legit offensive line coach in Campen. We have a budding Hall of Famer in Jahari Evans. Go fix this guy.
Imagine that.
They can coach this dude up. He is still raw because he hasn't played college ball until college. He's basically, you know what this is,
going
GB?
This way. He's one of these.
Exactly.
Guys.
It's doing this. It's almost like they have a mold of tackle clay that they can put this guy in. And you know what? He's already got a nasty streak. He's already got the best feet. He's got 7-foot wingspan, and he punches like a son of a bitch. I like this pick a lot. A lot. And actually, let me do this. Go ahead and finish up because I actually got a little bit of video I want to show everybody here. But go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that I was going to say the Trey Essex tweet. I was going to share the exact same thing. He was just talking about that. And that was the thing that caught my eye as well. I was like, man, his feet are absolutely fast. Now, this is the work. So I've been thinking about this, and I'm a line guy by trade, if you will. I played the line, I coached the line, even when I was a head coach of said teams. I was always on the line coaching the lines, and you know what I mean. That was just this is what I do, right? And one thing I can say is, okay, so let's look at the roster now, okay?
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the roster, okay? So now you have Big Max. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you have Broderick Jones, who is a question mark. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if Broderick is healthy enough to play left tackle, then okay. Now we got options. Now we have some options on how we can work things out, as far as putting the best 5 on the line to work. Mm-hmm. That's one of the reasons why they get these athletes with quick feet. Y'all get so caught up in it. They look for position flexibility. That is an important thing.
Yep.
I train my son to be a jack of all trades, master of none, but sometimes better than a master of one. That's what people forget. They don't know that. See, they don't know they Shakespeare. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, GB is full of hyperboles and all that, whatever you want to call it. But anyway,
hey, listen, I'm with Tyrone. I crashed off for about 30 seconds too because I wanted Cooper Jr. too. But listen, we all did, and let's see, Tyrone there. See, Christine was saying I got a little excited if you lost Lemon because my dumbass was thinking we could get Thieneman. Listen, that was not a need, but that would have been a hell of a pick as well too. So, but go ahead, G, because I'm going to cue this up.
Let me finish my point. So my point is, there has already been, if you listen to how Mike McCarthy and Campen speak about their offensive linemen, they speak about the position flexibility.
Yes.
There is a possibility. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but there is a possibility that Troy Fautanu may end up being a left guard when it's all said and done. He may be a left tackle when it's all said and done. Why? Because he can be. He has that type of position flexibility, guys.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I want you guys to understand that. So now no matter what, we're going to have options. If Broderick is not usable, then Fautanu is going to go as the left tackle, and now we have a right. Now we're covering our bases.
Yep.
Right. We're getting everything taken care of. So, guys, it's really going to be okay. And when you compound that with said coaching, like you reiterated, man, it's a great pick at the end of the day. I don't care what. It is, and I'm just like I'm glad that people in here are admitting this too because I crashed out for a little bit too because I wanted to see Cooper Jr. But like, this is why we like to do these like the day after or after a couple of days. You kind of let everything else set a little bit, and I do think now he is a project, so obviously there is a chance that he's going to fail. Sure.
But giving the athleticism and what I'm about to show you on the tape here, and with the coaching staff that we have on the offensive line, I'm going to trust the coaches, and by the way, keep this in mind. When I say this, I'm going to trust the coaches.
Yep.
Because this is a different regime. Not that obviously Tomlin staff couldn't coach, but there's different coaching specifics now in 2026. So here's this. I want to put this up real quick because I want to give
one last thing before you. There was a lot of people on Twitter that talked about trading down, because of that happening. my retort to that is, who said they didn't try? Right? Who said that they didn't try that? And in the midst of all of the chaos that was going on, right? Think about it. They're talking on the phone with this dude, and they think they got him, right? Because they the last they looked, it was Dallas on the clock. They're like, all right, cool, let's call him now, right? Thinking it's a done deal, and then all of a sudden the tables flip on you. Like, who's to say that? Yeah. Thank you.
Thank God.
Yes.
He's out to destroy the Ohio State, I guess. Right?
Who's to say that they didn't try to trade down? They didn't find the right fit.
Yep.
Plus, they might try to fleece. They might try to get fleeced.
Yep. JJ, what's up, brother? Appreciate you. Yeah, Brian Baldinger actually was raving about Max as well too. He likes him as Senior Bowl. Now, actually, I'm going to show some Senior Bowl footage. So appreciate you tuning in, JJ, as always. I wanted to give shout out to this Twitter account here. Ian M or at Ian NM NFL. So actually it's a pretty good account. But he put this Senior Bowl tape up, and I want you guys just to watch this. And this there he is. This is at the Senior Bowl, and the athleticism. Play.
Well, while you're
there, he goes.
Oh, there we go.
Look, the guy's spin move. He just stays with him with his feet.
Stay with him.
Watch his feet. Look at that nastiness. Ooh. The feet are just so quick. He's never out of position. There you go. When a guy goes down, you jump on him. He is never out of position. And imagine when he gets some NFL coaching.
Oh, by the way,
this is what I like about this guy.
Dudek, when he went up against David Bailey this past year, David Bailey had 2 sacks, but it wasn't against him. It was on the other side. I just wanted to put that out there.
But anyway, there's a lot to like about this kid. And again, here's the thing, though, too. Be patient with this guy, right?
Absolutely.
Be patient with this guy because he's going to get beat by some, maybe the Myles Garretts or the other guys. He's probably, but again, on the right side, we'll see how much he sees him. But this kid's got a lot of potential, and I love him. So I give this a thumbs up, for Max on this. So
same.